Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today I'm going to confess a mild problem with you, a mild issue that I have in the form of Age of Sigmar. See, previously, when Age of Sigmar boxes have come out, I've had a pretty similar reaction to most of them, which is that, hey, cool, the models in there, quite like them for the most part, but I like one side far more than the other, I don't need the whole thing, and as such, splitting it is definitely an option, but I'm not chomping at the bit to grab that Age of Sigmar box. And Soul Wars may be the exception to that. After all, half of that was Nighthaunt, and I wanted the Nighthaunt stuff. So I did the sensible thing. I went halves with a good friend of mine. He took the Stormcast Eternals, I took the Nighthaunt. We were both happy. Haven't actually really played any Age of Sigmar games with them, but they have made frequent appearances in my D&D campaign. The party's been fighting a lot of ghosts recently, and I've been happy with it. I've enjoyed painting them, I like having them, and there is potential there to expand out into another facet of Games Workshop's ever-increasing drain on my wallet. This one, however, the Feast of Bones box, is a slightly different story, because this is the first one where I'm looking at it, and I actually like all of the things in it. And this is where things become a bit of an issue. See, this box is going to be available from next week. Well, pre-orders go up next week. And I like all the things in here. I mean, the Ogre stuff, I've always liked those. They have so much personality. They look so cool. Especially with the mad chariot thing that's pulled by a boar with a massive cannon on top. That's just a quality unit. I don't care what you say. I really like it. It's mad, but it's great. And then you've got all of the Ossiarch Bone Reaper stuff. And really, to be honest, at first, the standard infantry guys just weren't doing it for me. But seeing them actually in a force like as what is in this particular box, they have grown on me significantly, these guys. They've grown on me quite a lot, in fact. I really like the composition and makeup of that force. I really like the dudes with the forearms. They look great. I've already got a couple. Well, yeah, I've got two Morghast. I've built one. The other one has been somewhat butchered to make like extras for other units, but still, I have one built, and it wasn't the most fun thing to build, but the end result I really like. The model I really like. It looks really good. That side of the box is a decent side to the box. There isn't really anything in there that I don't like. I would quite like to own pretty much all of those things, especially the leader. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. It looks mental. I don't like what is the face in the chest the actual face? Is the head still the actual head, even though it's holding like a scroll in the jaws? Is that a coffin that it's wearing over its weird head? It's either a coffin or a bathtub. I'm not sure which. Either way, that's the kind of mad nonsense that I'm really enjoying from Age of Sigmar as a whole. As a setting, they can just go a bit more crazy than they could before, and it shows. It really does show. And it's producing stuff that, for the most part, I really quite like, because it does feel a bit more out there, a bit more crazy, a bit more daring than what I would say is the very safe, very not easy, but the Primaris stuff for 40k feels safe. It feels modern. It feels like you're not taking any risks there, you know? Age of Sigmar feels like the place where they're taking the risks, where they're making these mad-looking models, these mad units, and going, let's just try it. Let's go. What, you got an idea? Do you think it's a bit mad? Go for it. Let's see what happens. That's really appealing to me a lot at the moment. And then when you're faced with a force like this, I mean, just visually, to be honest, that Bone Reaper's force has got a really nice look to it. You've got a few of the smaller dudes, you've got these big elite guys, and then you've got the really massive Morghast in the back. It's quite, like, the composition of it is just quite pleasing to the eye. And the fact that you've got this mad staff bearing that's got what looks like part of a rib cage and a couple of hands with a chain on the staff with wearing a coffin, as you do, with some candles on top. It's just, all of that adds up to a nice mix of visually pleasing and clearly a bit mad, which is, I would suggest, the what is it? The MO of the Ossiarch Bone Reapers as a whole, by the look of things. Visually pleasing, whilst also being mental. That by itself would be like, okay, well, maybe do the split thing. Maybe do the 50-50 thing, do that. Except the other half of the box is the Ogors. And I've always liked the Ogors. They are one of those weird, kind of not... I don't know how to put it. They just seem to have more personality. They just seem to have more personality than so many other things. Like, yes, a lot of the stuff in Age of Sigmar now is oozing personality. It looks unique. It looks different. It looks like its own thing. It doesn't look like it's really copying anything else. It has a presence of its very own, and for the most part, that's enough. These guys have just got that little bit extra, that's something else that even the reworked stuff, even like the deep sea elves and the steampunk sky dwarves, and even those don't quite have, for me, the same impact as these guys do. And especially when it comes to things like the new one, the new guy, the Tyrant, that remains to me an absolutely fantastic model. It looks so unique, so different. You can't mistake it for anything else. And admittedly, while that is true for a lot of the AOS stuff, this just has that extra something that appeals to me, where the others just don't have as much of. And then you kind of just think to yourself, well, I like both parts. I like both bits. I like that. I like the Bone Reaper side. I like the Ogre's side. What is there in there that I don't actually want to own? Because that's the other issue. I just want to own them. Even if I don't use them, I don't know if I'd care. I want to paint them and have them. Just as a thing, as a material thing to have. It would be nice to have them. And it's bad. It's so bad, because especially when you consider that this is pre-orders for like next week, right? This is going up. After that is November. Sisters of Battle, unless I am very much mistaken, their box is going to be on sale in November. Now, that's a pretty hefty chunk of change there if you want to grab both. And yet, it's just slightly irresistible, this. It's slightly irresistible. Feast of Bones might actually be the box that tips me over the edge into Age of Sigmar. It might be the thing that shoves me that way, just because there is no model in there that I don't like. I like all of them. They would all be fun to put together. They would all be fun to paint and add stuff to. And oh dear God, I'm feeling the self-control wilt away in the face of it. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it happening with Age of Sigmar. I've been able to resist for so long. It's just not happened. But this box just looks really good, and I like all the things in it. And I think there's a very severe risk that I might cave. Which, isn't bad. Or is it? No, it probably is. Oh dear. Anyway, is anyone else, for the love of God, please say yes, is anyone else, feeling a little bit tempted by this? Anyone else kind of looking at it and going, I could see myself using that? Anyone else just feeling that slight call of the plastic crack, the same as me? Or is this box actually not that great? Are you an experienced Age of Sigmar and you're like, no, that's not too good? Be interested to know what you think, because this one has got me in a pickle, because I want it badly, but I know I probably shouldn't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching that weird ramble. Not really sure what the point of that was, but there you go. That sums up the content from like 90% of what's on this channel. So thank you for watching. Feel free to click all the things. There's the affiliate link, as always, in the description of Element Games. You know how that works. Money off. I get something to send you that way. Really easy way to support the channel. And 10% goes to charity, which is nice. So you can do that if you'd like. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for whatever the next thing is. Who knows?